Yo, everybody, welcome to day 44 of Brute Strength, which consisted of, as you can see here, couch stretch and reverse Nordics, then paused front squats, dumbbell presses with a very slow tempo of 3 seconds down on each rep, and then straight arm flies. I skipped the triceps isolation for reasons I'll just talk about a little bit later in the program or in the video. But I wanted to record from this angle here because here you can really see in the last round how far I'm pushing it. Like you can see that rear leg is getting very horizontal actually towards the end, while I'm still remaining pretty upright, so huge stress in the quad. Again, remember guys, like stretching, you have to push yourself hard when you want to get more flexible. You can't just sit in a stretch for more than 5 minutes and just like relax in it. Then you're not increasing your flexibility. You're just using the flexibility that you already have. Like that's like training at an AP1 constantly when you're just working out. Right? You're doing like 100 reps just staying with an elastic band. And though it has some benefits of just getting used to a position or and getting and building up like maybe a little bit of the strength in the tendons, like getting blood to those recovery stuff, it's not really how you get stronger. Like you can do recovery workouts all the time, but what if there's nothing to actually recover from? Like the small, like the long holds, relaxing holds, stuff like that, they're only gonna be fine to do sometimes if you're also pushing in to new ranges very hard, often, like I'm doing here. Right, so I hope you understand that by now, and I don't have to mention that over and over again. You need to have some crazy expressions on your face when you are pushing the your own flexibility. Moving on to the reverse Nordics, also the last round here, and I'm almost able to get the shoulders back down. And this was actually a little bit worse than I expected it to be. I was hoping I could get the shoulders down today because I was close last time, but maybe it's just gonna take a little bit longer because it also did when I learned it the first time around. But it should still not take as long to go from this level to shoulders down easily as it did when I learned it the first time around. And I mean, even this is still good flexibility, so it's still fine. After this, I needed to adjust my legs a little bit because they were sliding. Like I'm trying to have my knees a little bit outside my hips, and then the lower legs pointing a little bit in to get that squeeze in my glutes by externally rotating my hips, so I can feel that I'm extending my hips. After that, I moved on to the front squats. I believe this right here is 130 kg, and you can see that it is moving significantly better than it has done before. There's still a little bit of the hips rising up, and I'll try tomorrow when I'm gonna do my safety squat bar 1 rep max. I'll try to actually focus more on driving with the glutes and also keeping the bar up and down in the same position, because you'll notice here always that the bar for me moves forward a little bit. Anyways, this right here was 3 pause reps with 147.5 for a PR. So that was extremely nice to hit. And I've had maybe like, actually I would say 3 reps in the bank, despite the last pause being like 4 seconds. I mean, I can do 6 reps. But the last pause was like 4 seconds. I'm just keeping the pauses extremely strict here. As you can see, 130 here for the rest of the set for these 3 sets of 3 paused as well. And what I'm really happy about with the form that I have on these sets is that my elbows basically, they don't drop. And that despite this being like the most I have done here with 130 paused is like 7 reps, and that was extremely hard when I did that. So I definitely have a lot better form, because it's not like it's some API 1 or 2 lift, it's still like API 5. So I know that all the dynamic effort stuff and lighter work is paying off, because you can't express strength fully without perfect form. The bar, if it goes up and down in a straight direction, you're simply gonna be able to produce more force, and if you just keep the back upright. So that is what we are slowly working on. It's always a work in project. Remember that it's always a project in work. Remember that, guys. It's never finished. After that, moved on to these slow dumbbell presses, and I was hoping to get 11 reps with the 40 kg, but as you'll see here, I failed the 11th rep, which I'm not proud of at all. This should have been not even close to failure, but I'm underestimating like how slow this tempo actually has to be, because I was using the metronome on my phone to count it, and it felt absolutely horrible. It was like half a second to 1 second slower each rep than when I did the 10 reps the week before. So if I used that tempo, I would have gotten the 11 reps easily, but it wasn't meant to be. So I did. After that, I tried again to get 11, but I only got 9. After that, I got 5, and then I got 9. I was supposed to do 11, 5, 5, and 5. So, like, that would have been 26 reps combined. Instead, I did 33. So I'm hoping that, like, maybe it's not the best idea, but if I'm able to recover from it, that should spark a little bit of reason to progress, that I've gotten in a little bit more reps. But because I think with this slow tempo, it shouldn't cause much damage on my tendons. Obviously, the slow eccentric can cause more muscle damage, but I'm not worried about that at all. But it will also cause more hypertrophy, more control, things like that, and be safe for injury-wise. And the idea is that hopefully all of those things, for that reason, just getting in more work will allow me to get 11 next week and hopefully have a bit in the tank, and we should be back on plan. But if not, then maybe it's a sign I need to change up a little bit, and accommodation is going on, because you have to remember that I've done this same stuff for like 4 months now, and you can't just keep on progressing with the same exercise, even though you are putting new stress on your body by going up in reps, going up in sets, going up in weight. At some point, you're gonna have to change the exercise, change the pressure points a little bit, so you're working a little bit, like, even though you're still gonna be targeting your chest and triceps, you're hitting a little bit other points within it, like just by switching to, let's say, a football bar or doing JM press instead, something like that. But I want to see if it's just maybe I wasn't fully on top with my motivation. Maybe it was a slow tempo. Maybe my recovery leading up was not on top. Maybe hydration or food. So I want to see again next week if it actually feels easier and I can do it. If I fail for the second time in a row, it's probably time to change things up. I will work on maybe something like JM press instead, and see if I can like increase my level in that, and then move back to the dumbbell presses after, and be able to take off the 20 slow reps with 40 kilo dumbbells. So I recorded only 3 out of 4 sets for the straight arm flies here, but I managed to get 9 reps in the first set, which was +1. Then I got 7 reps, which was the same as last week. Then 6, which I believe was also the same, and 4, which I believe was also the same. Maybe 6 was actually one more than I got before. But I definitely did more than the week before because I got that plus 1 rep in the first set, and the last set was at least like the same difficulty, on the same reps, I should say. But again, like this just feels so good because as you have seen on some of the reps, I'm able to move like just grind through so slow rep that is actually insane. And I can't do that in the same way as on normal dumbbell flies on the bench with my arms bent. And it's really like fun. Like you have this temptation to just bend the arms, but if you just keep on grinding, you're gonna get the fucking rep, right? And then you can just really like pump the chest in that with those slow reps in the end, where even though the range of motion is not big, you're already so tired for the stuff with the arm straight. Sorry for all the yawning. And it's just like a beautiful, beautiful pump that you're getting there in the end. So goal is to keep on progressing with these. My dad has done 20 with 20 kilo dumbbells at 78 kilo body weight. I weigh 93, 94 now. So I have some catching up to do. I'll see you all for day 45.